So we talked about the Payment of Gratuity Act in the last video. Let's talk about the next act, which is the Maternity Benefit Act. This one is also very, very crucial for understanding. Before the enactment of this act in 1961, many acts existed in the country, both at central and state levels, lacking uniformity. Even though the ESIC Act superseded these acts, it does not cover all women workers in the country. The objective of this act is to manage the employment of women workers during their pregnancy. As per the Section 5, subsection B4 of the amended Act in 2017, maternity benefits were extended to adopting mothers as well as commissioning mothers. However, this is to be noted that as per Section 61 of the ESIC Act, if a woman employee is entitled to receive a maternity benefit under this Act, cannot claim the same as per Maternity Benefit Act. The key highlights: the employee eligibility. Women employed with a minimum of 80 days of working before her expected date of delivery is eligible to get this benefit. Maternity leaves: 26 weeks with fully paid salary up to 2 surviving children, 12 weeks with fully paid salary in case of more than 2 surviving children for adopting mothers and commissioning mothers. Medical bonus, INR 3,500 in case no provision for postnatal care or post-delivery care is provided by the employer free of charge. The crèche facility applicable to establishments having 50 or more employees. The next act is the Equal Remuneration Act and various constitutional provisions. The most critical action to ensure pay parity and to prevent discrimination between men and women employees. Article 39 of the Constitution envisages that the state shall direct its policy towards securing that, and there is equal pay for equal work for both men and women. Article 14 and 15 of the Constitution of India prevents discrimination between two people of the same gender if nature of work is similar or same, no difference in their skills, efforts, responsibilities, working conditions, as well as their seniority level. However, the difference in payment is permitted based on experience, age, education, qualification, and performance. The next act is the Employees' Compensation Act. Even though the original act was enacted in 1923 and was restricted only to workmen, in 2007 and 8, it was made all-inclusive. Shops and establishment, etc., provided the incident happens during employment. It mainly protects employees working in hazardous employment, a risk to life including disability or death. It covers partial disablement, full disablement, and death. Amount of compensation is amount needs to be deposited strictly with EC Commissioner. In case of death, 50% of monthly wages or INR 1,20,000, whichever is higher. In case of permanent disablement, 60% of wages or rupees 1,40,000, whichever is higher. A separate DD needs to be prepared in the case of each employee. Wages or salary to be considered for payment of compensation, that is INR 15,000, irrespective of actual salary, either less than or greater than 15,000. Refer section 4.1b and a notification dated January 3rd, 2020 of the Government of India. Proposed changes as per the new codes and their impact. As a part of ease of doing business, the Government of India has clubbed 29 major labor legislation into 4 codes, which are yet to be implemented. Code of Wages 2019, the Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions 2020, Industrial Relations Code 2020, the Code on Social Security 2020. Major changes impacting compensation are Code on Wages, revised definition on wages, wherein wages equals to 50%, which includes basic plus DA plus RA, and 50% of other allowances is recommended for a change. Earlier, it could have been less than 50, but with the new code being implemented, it has to be 50% of your basic. Since many of the payouts like leave encashment, PF, and gratuity is mainly calculated on basic plus DA, it is more likely that the take-home salary of an employee is going to be affected. Code on Wages 2019. Central floor rate for minimum wage. The minimum rates of wages fixed by the state government cannot be less than floor wages as determined by the central government. The code applies to all the establishments, irrespective of the number of employees working in the establishment. It also applies to all the employees employed in both the organized and the unorganized sector. This move will help to cover as many workers under minimum wages. At the same time, with the presence of a central base rate, the difference between minimum wages for various states for similar work gets reduced. This may reduce the movement of a certain class of employees to particular states only in search of higher wages. The third is the Code on Social Security 2020. Introduction and legitimize the gig employees and platform employees like freelancers, persons working for Ola, Zomato, Urban Company, etc. This move will bring more people under the umbrella of the organized sector. Also, will force such companies to redefine their compensation strategies to include these type of employees. The fourth code is Code on Social Security 2020. Pro rata gratuity for fixed term employment. While this is discriminatory between a full-time employee leaving before completing 5 years of service and a fixed-term employee, at the same time, companies are required to shell out more money if they go for short-term employment contracts. Mandatory regulatory pay remains the backbone of any sound compensation plan. While a market-driven, performance-fostering, yet cost-effective compensation plan is desired, one cannot neglect the statutory norms set by the government authorities for payment of certain allowances at a predetermined rate. Any compromise or lack of awareness may cost dearer in the future, as the authorities can easily keep track of company records in a tech-driven era. I hope the laws that we have just spoken about are good for you to understand in terms of which specific acts is crucial for you to have a deeper understanding. I recommend go ahead and look at the cases, the case histories, more details about the laws, the calculations, look at examples of calculations and have a better understanding of each law and codes. So far in this video, we have covered the laws, and in the next video, we are going to talk about the compensation and benefit trends for 2021 and beyond. Until then, have a good read on the laws around compensation benefits.